Welcome to this video tutorial on how to build fertilizer plans on iPad using Fieldable. So you may have already signed into Fieldable with iPhone and added a few field boundaries, and now you're trying to figure out how to make a fertilizer plan or some blends. And to do that, you're going to need iPad, so you can sign back in to your account on iPad, or if you don't have one, you can share your account to an input supplier or an agronomist, and they can actually make a fertilizer plan for you, which you can then view on your iPhone. So now we want to build a fertilizer plan, and we've got some field boundaries in here. We've made some demo fields. So to get going, we're going to pick this Eugene field. There's a drop-down list on the left. We can click that, or we can actually go to the field boundary itself and just tap on that. That's what I'm going to do. And then up in the top right, we have assign plan. Right, so we're going to assign a crop. You can create a custom crop if you can't find what you're looking for, but the usual suspects are in the list. And we're just for fun going to pick spring wheat down here at the bottom. So for yield, you can choose between bushels or whatever works for your particular crop. We'll stick with bushels here. And as we drag our yield expectation up and down, we can see the little red crop removal indicators move as well. That's pretty simple, but handy to have. If we're baling straw, we're obviously going to be removing quite a bit more potassium in particular. Right now it looks like we're removing about 20 pounds of K, but after we account for straw removal in this little menu, we're now up to about 45 pounds at the same yield. For this field, we're going to begin with maybe a starter fertilizer. You can pick your fertilizer product by tapping one of these blue plus signs at the bottom for the particular nutrient you're after. We're after phosphorus. I think we'll just pick MAP. Again, there's a full list of different products here, but if you don't find what you're looking for, you can add a custom product. We'll go with MAP. It's going to be seed placed, and it defaults to 100 pounds of actual product. And you can see that gives us 52 pounds of P2O5 and 11 pounds of nitrogen. That's a little more than we want, so we can go up here and actually toggle this rate down to about 75 pounds. And that's what we're looking for. So that was easy. Now we'll build a broadcast blend, and we're going to start with sulfur. And we'll tap the little blue button beside sulfur. Grab ammonium sulfate. And we don't want to mix this with a MAP. We want a new separate application. We're building a new blend, so we'll click that. We're going to spin that stuff on, pre-seeding. And we see that it defaults us up to 100 pounds of ammonium sulfate. And that's more than we want. So we can actually grab this little handle here and drag the actual applied sulfur rate down to about 7 pounds. And now we're using about 30 pounds of ammonium sulfate to do that. Now we'll put some potassium in there, again with a little blue plus, and we'll use plain old potash. We do want to blend that with ammonium sulfate, and there now we've made a new blend. So let's grab the nutrient handle and back the potash off a bit to provide about 30 pounds of actual K, and you can see the blend's changing accordingly. Same process, we'll finish this blend off with some nitrogen in the form of urea, and there's the broadcast blend we've made so far. Let's add the urea in with it, and we want a little more than that, so we'll drag the nitrogen nutrient bar up to say 110 pounds or so, and now we've got our final blend. There's 288 pounds per acre of it. Well, if we like that blend but want to round it up to a nice even 290 pounds per acre, we can do that just by going up to the little toggle here and toggling it up. We can also use liquid products. In this case, we might need foliar manganese, and so we can do that using this other little button to add micronutrients. And it allows us to zoom in for the smaller application rates. Let's save this cunning plan and then have a look at it. So we'll go down to the Overview tab, and we can see our Eugene field. We can see what our applications are providing in terms of plant nutrients per acre, and then we can toggle over with this button to reveal as applied products or blends, along with the rates and total volumes needed for the field. So now that we've learned how quickly we can make a plan for one field, we'll see how we can really speed things up. On our next field, called Gilles, when we go to assign a plan, we can simply copy from another field in a few different ways. Let's just grab that Eugene field and copy it. So that's great, but the soil test in this one is very low for phosphorus, so we'll toggle the map starter rate up to 120 pounds. Now we still want 110 pounds of nitrogen, so we'll toggle the broadcast blend down to about 275 pounds to accommodate us. We can also copy to a list of fields all at once by going up here into this menu. Assign to multiple fields, select the ones we want, and save. For livestock producers, we've got a manure feature. Most manures are represented. And let's go with liquid dairy manure. We'll put that down in the spring preceding. And these are default values, but if you've got manure samples, you can adjust as needed. We'll work that in within 1 week. And this manure automatically defaults to 5,000 US gallons, but we can toggle that up or down depending on the real rate. Let's say this guy's spreading 4,500 US gallons. And now we have an estimate of what that application will be supplying in terms of nutrients. We can have a look at the blending summary to see how many different blends or as applied products we'll have on the go this year across the whole farm and what we have in terms of volumes. Switching over to the budget summary, we can see our raw materials that our blends are composed of. This is where you would add your commodity costs if you want to determine the whole budget across the farm enterprise or on a field-by-field basis. You can export the whole plan as a PDF up here. Or even better, you can go into the Info tab, Associates, invite an associate, basically anybody with an iPhone or iPad. And let's say it's an operator. He only needs to see where the fields are and what products rates he's supposed to be applying when he gets there. Maybe we don't need him to do any editing or SEER costs or anything like that. This has been an overview of Fieldable's Fertilizer Planner on iPad. Thanks for watching.